everybody. So I'm feeling very unprepared tonight. I usually spend a few minutes trying to kind of, set up and get all of my materials out and be ready to go. And I do have an idea of what I'm going to do tonight. But I don't know where the time went. All of a sudden it was 7:15 and here I am. Okay. So I've been waiting for my latest delivery to come. And it came in the mail today. So one major component I've been missing is my blusher. So, when I complete a look, I say to everybody, and this is the part where you put the blush on, but I don't have it. So this just came in the mail. This is the color I got. Seductive is the name. And then, to go with it, I got the blusher brush. And this currently is coming in one of our collections for free. It's an add-on this month only. The blusher and the blusher brush. So I had already bought the Beauty Arsenal collection and I didn't get the blusher or the blusher brush because I ordered it last month. So that's why I added that to my collection. I also got my face primer today. And you use this, you put this on before you start putting any of your makeup on. So the idea is to cleanse, then to moisturize, then to prime. So that's what happens there. And I checked it out and it is clear. Now the eye primer I use, it does have a small tint to it. This does not. The face primer is completely clear. And then finally, I got another bronzer. I already had one in the color Sunset, and I don't know if you can see in this light. I got a lighter one. Today, my darker one ordered. I'm really sorry about that. Whenever I get a phone call, I meant to put it on Do Not Disturb. So whenever that happens, it interrupts. So the darker color now, this is going to be really good for contour and highlight, which, as you know, I have tried once live. And I'm going to try tonight with the much darker colors. So we'll just see how that turns out, won't we? So that was what was in the box. My collection is almost complete. So my brush collection is coming along nicely. Oh my goodness. And now I have a new one to add to it, my new blusher brush. So I'll be using that tonight. So I think I'll just jump in and go. I put on the primer already. I put a little bit of liquid foundation on, and I thought we would just jump in and start doing, hey Jim, how are you? You might look funny with makeup on, but hey, you never know. You never know until you try. And when you check out some of this contour and highlighting, you might be really surprised. I mean, it's supposed to just do all kinds of crazy things to your face. I mean, I'm going for this look. Oh, maybe not that look, this one. Maybe not that one either. Okay, we'll just see what happens here. All right, so we're going to start with my new Malibu Bronzer. And the way that we're going to apply this is we're going to be very bold about it. And at first it might look a little bit crazy. But I'm going to go straight across the bronzer like this with a brush, with a powder puff brush. And I'm going to go in these sections up and down my cheeks, and it's going to be quite dark, and I just decided I'm changing brushes. So, hold please. Let me see if I can find this other little one I've been using. I really don't want to use my foundation brush for this. Is it in here? I don't know. Cindy, don't feel inadequate. Just buy more brushes. The reason we have so many brushes is not because we're crazy. That's a little bit of the reason, but because we need them, because each brush does a different thing. For example, this fat brush is not cutting it. I need thin contoured lines. So what are we going to do? I'm going to sacrifice my foundation brush and I'll just have to wash it later. Okay, so I am doing this. I have not been taught how to do this, so I cannot be held responsible for how this turns out. And if this is a clown show, then so be it. There we go. That's kind of the look we're going for, believe it or not. Okay, now, across the top, we want it to be very drastic and dark looking because we're going to blend it all. We. Night, Jimmy. Okay, and then you're going to come onto the sides of the nose. If you're just joining in, I'm using my new bronzer that came in the mail today. This is the Beachfront Bronzer in their darkest color, Malibu. Hey, Michelle. Okay, what am I forgetting? I did the sides of my nose, I did the top, I did the craziness on the cheeks, and now we're going to go in the chin line. Okay? First time I saw someone doing this, I was like, this is going to go nowhere good. But it actually turned out really cool, and I really hope that that happens tonight. And if it doesn't, well, we'll just keep practicing. Okay, once you have your dark contour areas in place, you're going to take something light. I'm going to use the concealer, and I'm trying to remember which color I have this in. It looks like organza. We have even a color a little bit lighter than this called Scarlet that might work even better. And if this isn't light enough, then I can always go back and do that tender color I used the other night, on Friday night, I think. Wasn't that cute? I was so proud of Olivia. She did so well last night. I mean, she started out a little bit nervous, but man, once I stepped out of her way, it was like, she was so natural. I was very proud. So this is what we're gonna do. These are the areas we're gonna highlight. I really should be using a brush for this. I'm not equipped for this at all. I don't have contour highlight brushes, so I'm kind of using my finger, and then I'll just ruin a couple of my brushes. We'll just sacrifice them for tonight's presentation. Oh yeah. This is what this is supposed to look like, okay? Pro like her mama. Yeah, look at her mama tonight. Real pro. I look good. So I'm just over the whole music in the background thing after just being beat to death by social media over it. So we're listening to Disney in the background tonight on TV. What do you wash your brushes with? Cindy, I wash my brushes with just a little warm water and baby soap, like Johnson & Johnson's baby soap. It's very gentle with them. So we're going in between the contour on the cheeks. Princess, what was that? I have to go back. Princess, summer, fall, winter, spring. What? Hi, Jenny. You're welcome. And I will be doing that tonight, clearly. Let's see. What can I use on this now that I have it all over my face? Okay. I think I'm going to sacrifice this little guy. It's one of my smaller blending brushes, and I don't use it a lot, so I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to go in with it. Okay, now from one presenter I learned how to do this part. So here we have the highlighting and the contouring. And then after this we're going to start doing some blending. But before we get to the blending, I'm going to do something that is called baking. No, it has nothing to do with California's new laws, people. Get your mind out of the gutter. So here's what's involved in that. I really do look like I have sideburns right now. It's awesome. Okay, baking. So, Indian Princess from a show I watched when I was a kid. Howdy doody. Oh. All right. Howdy doody. I know that show. All right, so I have my highlight and contour areas. Now we're going to put on, I'm going to use a loose powder I have. I can't even remember what this is called. It's called Airspun. And I'm going to put this on the areas that have the highlight only. And then I'm going to sit like this and do the rest of my makeup. And when I'm done baking, we're going to blend, and I'm going to have this amazing Supermodel Contour Highlighted Face. Okay? So baking involves, from what I can tell, from watching other people, putting a powder over the concealer that, or whatever you're using for your highlighting. I'm forgetting this one section. Okay, so I know it looks crazy. I don't even think it looks as crazy as some of the girls I've seen. But we're gonna just leave it, and I'm gonna sit here and bake. Okay. What was I using again? Oh, this one. I'm gonna go darker with the contour on my chin. I can't really see it. Okay. While I bake, I'm going to put on some eyebrows. So some of you caught Miss Olivia last night, my girl. Oh my goodness. Emma was so jealous when she watched it back today. Oh man. So I'll have to give her a chance to go live one of these nights. Let me move you guys over a little bit so that I can use my big mirror. Sorry, a little adjustment there. Okay, you can check out my sideburns while I do my eyebrows. Last night was fun. You know, she started out, she's so nervous, but then it was like, all of a sudden she just relaxed. I totally know. I know how she feels because that's how I feel. You know, you start out, oh, you have butterflies, who's watching? You know, you can kind of, sometimes you can see who's watching, sometimes it doesn't really notify you, you just don't know. And then after a little while, you're like, you know what, it's just me in the living room. What am I nervous about? If people don't like watching me, they're just gonna scroll on down Facebook. What's the biggie? If you do like watching me, I'd appreciate if you shared this video, got the word out. Olivia has a higher viewer count than me now. Ouch. Hi, Mom. Thanks for sharing. So I know I look crazy, you missed, but I did, I got my box today with my dark Malibu bronzer, and I'm using that for my contour and highlighting, and the reason I haven't blended it yet is because I'm baking right now, which is when you put some loose powder on top of your highlight areas and you let it sit for a little bit. So I'm baking right now. Ken went to get Emma at the gym. Boys are in bed. Oops. Boys are in bed, as is Olivia. Last night she stayed up past her bedtime, a whole hour, so she could entertain you guys. And then today, I just had to show up at school like I always do. To deliver Miss Trish's free product she won in last night's drawing. So that was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Cindy. Do you go by Cindy or Sid? It's been so many years. I mean, when, you know, back in our time, you were Cindy. Are you still Cindy? All right, I feel like I've baked enough. So, I don't really have the brushes for this. That's why I'm kind of struggling. I'm just not sure how to blend this. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna go with my blending bud and we'll just see what happens. You know, it's a fine line between blending the contour right out. Can you see that? Do you see how it's dark on the side of my nose? I don't want to lose that. I just don't want it to be such a dramatic line. And same with the sides. I mean, that's such a harsh line, right? Jenny, you tried doing this the other night. Have you tried since then? I mean, I think it really is a practice thing. See, that looks pretty good. Did you see that? That blended really nicely right there. And then I run into that harsh line again right here. That's the part I'm just not that sure about. See, this looks really dark here to me. Change my mirror. Okay. I can go back and work on that some more. See that? Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting lots of compliments. Yay! I love it too, and I feel good about myself too. You know, that's the cool thing about makeup. You know, women don't just wear it to look good. They wear it to feel good. My friend Rami was saying today that her mom used to always say to her, if you feel like a 2, dress like a 10. I just don't know. It still makes me nervous. We'll go back to it. You know, it's like as you continue on the look, it gets better and better and better, right? Okay, so I'm going to use my new blusher that came. I have blush. I don't know why. You know, I don't even sell that much blush, and I think it's because people just don't consider that an essential part of their makeup. I don't know why. But I certainly have missed it. You know, it's like, here are my eyes, here are my lips, and I'd put on blush, but I didn't buy any. Well, guess what? I have some now. I just can't figure out how to open it, so give me a second. Okay, here we go. You just lift. And I got their blush brush. So like I was mentioning earlier, our collections, there are 3 collections, 3 of them, and I can't remember all 3. I know one is the Beauty Arsenal. I know one is the, I think the Royalty Collection through the skincare, and there's a 3rd one, and I'm sorry, I cannot remember which one it is. But they have thrown freebies into all 3 collections. So this month, when you buy those collections, you get a couple add-ons for free. So when I bought the Beauty Arsenal, the blusher and the blusher brush were not included. So I had to order that now. So let's see what this blush looks like, you guys. Well, it's pretty. I like it. So I'm wondering, oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Let's not get too crazy. I put this on like I used to put on my other blush without remembering that all of Younique's products are super highly pigmented. So that got a little bit crazy there fast. So use caution. You don't need to use too much product when you're using these products. They'll last you a long time because of that as well. Okay. It's hard to tell in this light, so let me know if I'm looking rosier than is necessary. So there you go, the contour and highlight. I'm going to try this again, maybe off camera and in better natural light maybe, and see if I can figure out how to blend that better. But I think it turned out okay, don't you? From the front. I could even have gone a little bit darker here, and what you're looking for is a narrowing in the nose and a narrowing in the cheeks. I can see some of that happening there. I'm going to move on, and we'll just go ahead and put on some makeup. If you have any questions, just comment below. Thank you. Comment below or send me a private message, and I will get the answers for you, and I will get back to you. How'd you like Olivia sticking herself in the eye with my mascara wand last night? That was That was entertaining. I'm glad she was not seriously injured. I'm reading around in here. What am I reading for? You know what I need? I need some eyeshadow. Let's see. What shall we do? 1, 3, or 4? I did 4 last night. I think I did 1 the night before. It was all the browns and the golds, which takes us back to 3. I'm not really dressed for 3. I know, I was dying too. My husband and I were just in the next room watching her live on our phones, cracking up. I'm wearing a peach shirt, and now I have kind of a coral colored blush on. I think I'm not going to do palette 3. I think I'm going to go back to 1 or 4. I'm going to do 1. When in doubt, do palette 1. Livy did palette 1 last night, didn't she? I think Livy looks like you too. She's so pretty. And now she's getting freckles all over her nose. That's totally my fault, but I love it. I think they look so cute on her. So let's do palette 1. Shall we do a repeat of Livy's or something new? You know, I like more of the shimmery look. I think I'm going to go in for a really light night. So let's start with this one. This is called Brassy. And we'll just coat the eye all over and just do a quick eyeshadow palette on the eye. Mostly tonight I just wanted to show off my new bronzer and use it as a contour and highlight combo with the concealer. And I think I do. The more I'm looking at it, the more used to it I am. I'll have to play around with that some more. I'm going to go in for my crease brush, and we'll just do just a tad of chipper. And I'm just going to do a little teeny bit right here. Just a little V. Nothing dark tonight. You see that? So maybe next week sometime, Emma. You know, it's hard because of Emma's schedule. She really wants to do a live now that she's seen her sister do it. But she's at the gym all the time. You know, she's at the gym 20 hours a week. So that doesn't leave a lot of time for lives. So maybe we can do a Saturday or a Sunday night. She could maybe even do a Wednesday night if I got her back from Awana in time. And then I'm going to do Sincere right under the brow. I'm not going all the way to the middle because I don't want to be shimmery all the way to the middle. I'm just going right to that heavier brow part. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take Elated, which is matte. And I'm going to fill in here. This is probably my regular go-to everyday, as unglamorous as you get, look. Palette 1 is great for that. Okay, I'm going to grab an eyeliner. I'm usually so much more organized than this. I usually have everything out, good to go, and I don't know, the time got away from me today. All of a sudden it was 7:15, and I thought, gotta go, do it. No. That isn't it. There it is. Just do a little bit. I think. I think Emma has a birthday party on Saturday. Maybe Sunday night. Sunday night's a good night for it. A lot of people online, getting ready for the new week. Yeah, we'll go a little less heavy tonight. Is that too much blush? I can't tell where the contour ends and the blush starts. It's a pretty color though. I'm happy with it. Seductive, was that the name of it? Seductive. I think my mom just ordered sweet. Is that right? Are you still there, Mom? Did we order sweet for you? March 1st, we have several new products being released. So on all of my Younique groups, we've got all of this chatter. Yes, I do have suggestions. Instead of, you do have, my mother-in-law has really deep creases. So when it comes to doing her V, her brow bone comes way out over. So you're going to have to practice, but I think that the best thing you can do is really when you do your crease, you're going to follow the bottom of your brow bone that is in the light. So you don't want to really follow the shadow and darken that more. You want to go right above that, just a tad onto the brow bone, and then down to the corner of your eye. And that, I think, is going to take care of that issue. I will put that on one of my Y Sister forums and see what some of the other presenters have to say about that too, Jenny. What am I doing? Mascara. All right. Did I curl both sides? I'm so easily distracted, you guys. It's okay. You can't curl too much. I asked Olivia last night if she wanted to curl her eyelashes, and she said, no, I'm afraid of that thing. I said, so is your dad. What a coincidence. Yeah, try it tomorrow, Jenny, and let me know. And don't be afraid to go a little heavier with your highlighting up above it and up under your eyebrow. I think that that is really going to help to see the crease and then to emphasize it as long as you blend and there's not a harsh line between the two. Go really light with a highlight on top and a little bit higher with your crease than I would. I think that's going to help a lot. Okay, so here you go. 2 tubes. One is a transplanting gel and the other one 3D fibers. 3-step process. You start with the gel. It's really just to get your lashes wet. It's basically a regular mascara. Apply it. Take your other wand full of the fibers, apply that, let that sit, move to the other eye, and then return to seal it in with that transplanting gel at the end so you don't have fibers falling down on your face throughout the day, okay? So I'm getting my lashes nice and wet. My daughter was so funny with this. Last night, just one swipe, and then she'd take the other wand and do one more swipe, and at one point she had this chunk of fibers fall on her cheekbone. It looked like a spider had landed on her face. Kind of like that just actually happened to me. She handled it gracefully though, I must say. Move into the other eye. Get those lashes wet. And then grab your fibers. Can you see the fibers on there? And so sometimes I'll roll the wand on my hand just to make sure those fibers are set real nicely on the wand. So they're going to come off on my lashes and not be falling down onto my cheek. This mascara is really what people know the company Younique products for. And I would really like to change that, because I would really like this company to be known for the Younique foundation, which is what got me hooked. I like the fact that I work for a company with a good cause. I like the fact that when people buy a product from me, they are supporting the Younique Foundation, and they are helping to support the healing of victims who have been sexually abused. I'm proud of that. So I just sealed those fibers in. Okay, also, in addition to that, for every donation you make to the Younique Foundation with your purchase, I will match that donation and mail that donation to the Alabaster Jar Project, because that is just a charity that I really care about. And because it's local to San Diego, I really like to support. Oh my goodness, I'm glad that happened so I can show you how great our Shine Wipes work. I like supporting a local charity like that. So I'm not going to sweat it. I did make a huge blob mistake right there. I'm going to grab a brush. I'm going to grab some rose water, get it wet, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to just fix it. I guess Livy learned this trick from me also. It happens. It's live. It's real life. Okay, finish up here. I'm going to do a little bit of just the transplanting gel on the bottom, just for a little light on the lashes. I was checking in with one of my customers today about the mascara. How do you like the mascara? And she said, well, I only wear it when I need to be really glamorous. I get that. Maybe I just need to be more glamorous more often. I don't know. She said, I don't wear it just for dog walking. You know, though, with this, because there are two products, you don't always have to use the fibers. If this is, you know, your go-to mascara, you can always just use the transplanting gel on a, you know, not so glamorous day. Okay, lips. Any requests? I have, let's see, I have 3 new lip stains coming. I don't know if they'll be here this week, probably the beginning of next week. Let me see here. I have Saucy Lip Stain, which Libby used last night. I have Luxe Lip Gloss, my go-to. I usually put that over a pencil, a light pencil, like Pouty or Peachy. I have, well, I think purple is maybe out of the question. We'll save that for another night. Did you guys see my blue the other night? That made me nervous. I think it turned out okay, though. I mean, as far as sitting in my living room goes. I wasn't going to go anywhere like that, but to each their own. You never know. You never know what people like. So, and then I don't see my Sucker Punched in here. It's missing. Oh, there it is. There's Sucker Punch. That's kind of that hot pink color. So, I think I'll just go ahead and do something really light. Plain Jane tonight. I am looking for my Pouty. There it is. There's my Pouty pencil. Okay. That could stand a little sharpening. I'm just going to go with it. And my Luxe. There you go. There you have it. So my new box that came in the mail today had my Malibu Beachfront Bronzer. I ordered that even though I already had one beachfront bronzer. I had it in the color Sunset. It was too light to use for contour and highlight. So I ordered the Malibu, which is our darkest color, darkest bronzer. And I just went for it. You saw me. So bronzers on the side, bronzers underneath, bronzers on the side of your nose, bronzers across the top, and then the rest highlighting. Anybody can do this. If I can do this, I know nothing about makeup, people. Okay, I've been doing this for 6 weeks. I am watching other presenters and learning how to do this. So hopefully I'm getting a little bit better each time. Really don't know if that's the case, but I appreciate you all watching me go through this and coming on this journey with me. I am having a total blast, and so are my children. And that's it for tonight. It's Tuesday night, so I will see you all back here tomorrow at 7:15. Thanks so much. Good night.